My name's Davida Shinsky, and the title of this program is Live Without Limits, Reach Personal Success on a Daily Basis. And the purpose of this show is to help you overcome any limiting beliefs that you might have that are keeping you from reaching your goals in life and to help you to think more positively and have a better influence on yourself. As the picture behind me says, invest in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, then you can be the best person that you can possibly be. Now, today's presentation is titled Eight Hot Tips to Build and Maintain a Healthy Relationships. This is in your personal life with family, as well as relationships that are romantic. Do you consider your relationship healthy? If so, how do you assess the healthiness of your relationship? If not, that is not the end of the world. Love is one of the most complex human emotions. As such, it is not surprising that relationships are not necessarily a walk in the park either. Whether it is your first or hopefully last relationship, we all have a picture of how we want it to look like. This looks different for everyone, but for most, it includes support, understanding, compassion, and all the other nice things that we see on a favorite Instagram couple. Relationships are not easy, and each couple has their own struggles. What separates a healthy relationship from an unhealthy one is how they deal with these setbacks. But how do you build and maintain those kind of healthy relationships? There are some things that you should consider to achieve the relationship of your dreams. So there are 8 tips for a healthy relationship. Take care of yourself before you decide to be in a relationship with someone and love another person. That first step is to take care of yourself and your needs. That is to love yourself first. Being with someone means that you have to be considerate of their needs. However, putting someone's needs before yours might result in frustration and resentment. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, so fill yours up first. Have time for intimacy. Intimacy is more than just sex, it is a deeper level of personal connection. It is laying in bed, cuddling, holding hands during walks, or random forehead kisses. Being close to your partner ensures that your relationship has both romance and friendship needed to keep the spark alight. Talk with each other. The importance of proper communication in relationships can never be underrated. Take time to actually be present and talk with your partner. Genuinely listen and do not interrupt your partner when they talk. And listen to understand rather than simply to respond. When you do not understand, ask questions and ensure that by the end of the conversation, your partner feels heard. Have realistic expectations. When we get into relationships, we all have expectations regarding what we want from our partner and how we envision the relationship to go. There is nothing wrong with having this plan, but it needs to be realistic. Having unrealistic expectations will only set you up for disappointment. Also, stay away from comparing your relationship to that of the next couple. No two people are the same. Therefore, it is unfair to expect two relationships to be the same. Don't expect your partner to change. I am sure that we have all come across people who force themselves into relationships hoping that they will change their partners into the ideal version. This just doesn't work. And that is the truth that some of us fail to accept. If you don't love someone for who they are, it is best not to get into a relationship with them rather than doing so and make them feel next to DIY project. Keep your word. As simple as this might sound, not many people are able to honor their words. If you say you're going to do something or make plans with someone, follow through. And yes, life happens. And sometimes you might not be able to do so due to factors beyond your control. In such scenarios, communicate. Aim to always understand and not agree. Just because we are in a relationship with someone doesn't mean that we should agree with everything they say or think. We are different people with different upbringings and values. Therefore, chances of us agreeing on entirely everything are quite low. Focus on hearing your partner and understanding why they hold the opinions that they have. Having different views is not a reason to fight. Rather, it is a platform to understand each other and view things from different perspectives. Genuinely apologize. The only thing worse than not getting an apology is getting a half done or a disingenuous apology. When you see the need to apologize to your partner, do so wholeheartedly. The first step toward this is understanding why you are apologizing. Apologies that sound like, I am sorry you feel that way, or I am sorry if I crossed your boundary, are not even worth the title of being called apologies. Acknowledge what you did wrong and shift from making it seem like your partner is wrong for responding to a particular way. You can achieve the relationship that you want. We all want perfect, stable, and healthy relationships, but most of us are clueless when it comes to how to achieve these relationships. There is no one size fits all for successful and healthy relationships. However, healthy and successful relationships often have these eight core features present. And in my opinion, the main one being good communication. Such kinds of relationship are also take time and patience to build. They are not found. However, that is not to say that one has to endure the pain of an abusive relationship. All forms of abuse should never be tolerated. Most countries and states have 24-hour crisis helplines. Talk to someone if you need support. One abuse incident is enough for you to seek help. And I've known people who sat in relationships where there was domestic violence for years. I grew up in a home where there was a lot of violence and dysfunction, and I suffered the most of it. And I felt that in my case, I would never allow anyone to abuse me. And because I grew up with a disability during an era when there were no laws that guarantee people with disabilities rights, people or my peers didn't know how to relate to me and were in many ways abusive. And because I came from an abusive environment, I automatically put up walls because I did not want to be abused. And yes, I would have loved to have that kind of relationship where someone would be there for me, but I never found it. But one thing I had to learn first was to love and respect myself before I could ever expect anyone else to.